In this presentation, a proposal to design a new online payment system will be discussed in order to respond to market requirements and management appetite to sustain a high level of service quality and commitment to comply with strategic objectives of expanding the business by engaging the market requirements with technology. Throughout the presentation, the project management methodology will be adopted. The scope will be defined as per the project sponsor request, then work breakdown structure will list down all the deliverables of the project, and consequently the timeline presented by Gantt chart will be detailing the required time along with the critical path and additional safety buffer. In parallel, the costs will be assessed based on activities required and the risks will be analyzed based on the related factors. Location will be also justified on the basis of the scope requirements, and finally, a conclusion and recommendations will sum up the overall assessment of the project.
Scope of work for the E-Salaries system. As one of the fast-growing local banks in Qatar, we believe that the shortest way to enhance and sustain our ranking in the Qatari market is to provide the optimal solutions that meet our clients' needs before any other competitor does. Besides, we must be positively responsive to the instructions of Qatar Central Bank and the Qatari government, which govern our business in order to ensure full compliance with the regulations. Therefore, when we have received a market alarm that draws our attention to a huge demand from our corporate clients to have a solution that enables them to pay the salaries of their employees without being exposed to the risks and obstacles of the manual payment, we decided to be the first bank to provide that service in Qatar. This solution will be our new corporate banking product, which is secured and user-friendly, and the objectives of launching this product are the following. First, it will reduce the turnaround time of the salary payment process. Second, it will avoid manual work and the human errors pertaining to the manual processing. Third, it will provide a smart banking card to mass customers who receive low wages that don't allow them to open bank accounts, which will make their life easier. Fourth, it will increase our market share by acquiring more clients which will use our E-Salaries service. Last but not least, it will reduce our corporate operational fixed costs related to the resources. The importance of this proposal is explained using pestle analysis. Politically, the latest improvements have been implemented and imposed by the respective ministries on the labor laws to ensure untimely salary transfers to the workers in general and the blue-collar laborers in particular. Economically, on-time and quick salary transfers would indirectly reduce possible numbers of strikes, should increase the efficiency and productivity, hence positively contribute to the overall economic growth. Socially, the system will serve all blue-collar laborers and ensure fair treatment in this regard, similar to the remaining members of the society. Technologically, it will provide cheaper, accurate, and timely alternative to the current manual system. Environmentally, it will offer paperless environment and less fuel emissions through reducing the number of visits to the bank. Legally, it will lead to compliance with the labor laws and central bank regulations. Therefore, this project will change the long current process from submitting the salary information files to the bank through emails and CDs along with original signed instruction letter to an easier process which will provide employers with a corporate banking product that facilitates the payroll payment of their employees online at their end. The E-Salaries project has various stakeholders, and this is the analysis. The sponsor is the corporate manager, and he will be in charge of leading the business requirements. The project manager has an IT background, and he will overview and run the project. The risk manager will do the risk assessment and do the coordination of the administrative requirements. The finance manager will be in charge of the cost and budget analysis. The operation manager will lead the integration and testing. The personal banking retail manager will take charge of the customer impact and expanding. And the marketing manager will be responsible about the branding and communication. The deliverables and work breakdown structure consists of 4 levels. First, the project management, which is a strategic level. The project manager will be responsible of the coordination between all of the other stakeholders, system engineering management and documentation. Second, business requirements. The corporate manager is the project sponsor and he will be in charge of providing the business requirements in cooperation with the retail manager. The business requirements will be discussed with the other stakeholders. that is legal and compliance manager, marketing manager, and financing manager to assess its feasibility. Third, system requirements. The business requirements will be discussed and agreed with the IT manager, project manager, in order to arrange for the infrastructure, system layout, system integration test, and security test. Last but not least, the integration, which is the operational level. The operations manager will be responsible to test the system which will deliver the new product once it has been accomplished and designed by IT, and accordingly arrange for the user acceptance test and training. This process will end up by training and sign-off in order to start executing the project. The project overall timeline is 6 months and the analysis as per the Gantt chart. The chart shows that there are multiple activities to be run together and in different times. Some overlapping occurs especially during the execution of the critical activities such as infrastructure design and branding activities. The chart also shows some leads and lags, the critical path, and the buffer in case anything went wrong. In all cases, the project management activities will be running all over the project lifecycle, starting by the initiating process until the closing and the sign-off. Cost. The total cost involved in purchasing and developing the E-Salaries system is approximately $150,000, including contingency cost of $20,000. The breakdown of the cost is as follows. $60,000 will be allocated for the software cost. $30,000 will be for the equipment cost. $10,000 will be for the maintenance cost. $30,000 will be the salaries expenses. $20,000 will be the contingency expenses. There could be variations in the deadline which would lead to extra cost. Such variation could be as a result of an expected regulatory requirements on the software, such as purchasing extra security system as well as extra consultancy fees. The risks. The major risk that E-Salaries system faces is system failure that will lead to disruptions and delays. The failure could be resulting from either bugs or errors that will lead to failure in uploading the files to the portal in order to be processed on time. Second, breach of security and confidentiality. As the system contains very sensitive information of the client's salaries, names, bank accounts, and other details. Hence, it's a must to ensure that the access to the system is limited only to the authorized personnel to avoid leak of data, fraud, or hacking. The call center challenges. Our call center team is the focal point between the clients and us. On them rely a huge responsibility of delivering excellent banking service. In the event of technical problems, the clients will contact our call center to fix the problem they are facing. It is critical to avoid any risk that might negatively affect the operations, such as our agents' negligence, weakness in accessing the system to gather the client's information, and incompetence of understanding the problems. The contingency plan. For the system failure, we will ensure that the IT team conducts continuous monitoring and maintenance to safeguard the system from threats and failure. However, if an unforeseen issue took place, our team will always be ready to revert back to the manual method of processing salaries of the client. This means to receive the salaries requests from clients in printed format in order to be processed immediately. This will be on temporary basis only until the technical issue is identified and resolved. For the breach of security, we will ensure that the system is protected with security fireworks. We will ensure also that all authorized employees who are processing the E-Salaries files have signed non-disclosure agreement and have also access with a password and token device, and it's very limited only to them. Last but not least, the call center operations. The speed, accuracy, and efficiency of managing and resolving the problem will add a value to our service. Thus, it's a main pillar to our project to provide full training to the employees all the time. Location. Due to the recent technological threats, along with the political situation, the system will be hosted at the bank servers and infrastructure. This will provide a direct and efficient monitoring and low-cost enhancements for the future.
In conclusion, this project is meant to serve multi-strategic purposes, including corporate banking expanding, retail customer service, up-to-date technology, and high level of service quality. And even though many companies can offer such sophisticated system, yet this proposal was offered with cost efficiency and resource expertise. And this approach is highly recommended because it meant to enhance the overall performance of the organization resources and to give them the confidence and readiness for all future developments and enhancements with very low cost, along with high level of service quality, which eventually serve the organization's strategic plans.